Hello, Kevin here. It is the 11th of April. And the last week or so has not been good to me. This illness seems to be progressing pretty quickly or faster, whatever, with more intensity. The last time I talked about falling and shattering the wardrobe door, and yesterday I fell again. This time I was simply walking out of this room to go down into the bedroom, and I turned in the hallway and went to take a step, and my right big toe kind of dug into the carpet, and it was like I was super glued to the carpet. I could not move my right leg. And I was already leaning forward to take a step, of course, and so I went head first, header right into the floor. At first I thought I may have mangled my neck and maybe even broke or separated my shoulder at least, but you know, at the end I was very fortunate I did not do either. But you know, this is making me realize that this thing's worse than I'd like to say that it is. I have now graduated very quickly from walking with a cane to walking with a four-pronger cane, the four-footed kind, which kind of stands up by itself, and it's a little bit more stable. I feel, you know, frankly now it's getting to the point where I know that to fall could really create some damage that would make this whole thing a lot worse than it is, and I'm now getting to the point where I'm kind of afraid to walk around in the open, which of course means it's probably time for a wheelchair, which I don't really want to do, but as I was explaining to one of my friends yesterday, even though most of my leg muscles are working fine and I can walk, I got one muscle that doesn't seem to want to work at all, and it happens to be a muscle that's critical to walking. So if that muscle isn't going to work, I can't walk. Also, my arms have been feeling very, very fatigued, especially of course my right arm is pretty much useless at this point. I can't lift it up even to my shoulder height anymore, and my right hand is pretty much useless. I mean, one of my kids the other day told me I look like a gorilla dragging at his knuckles. You know, I can't really straighten my hand out anymore, so I have to sort of hook it on things and stretch out the fingers in order to have my hand be flat on a surface, as an example. My left hand now is getting very fatigued quickly. I can no longer, as of yesterday, officially, I can no longer use chopsticks, which is really too bad because I love sushi and I love eating sushi with chopsticks, and I've been doing it for many years, and I used to be pretty damn good at it. But now I cannot pick anything up with a chopstick anymore. Also, I've been feeling a lot of fatigue in my left forearm. Just, you know, gets sore very, very quickly. I'm also hunched over a lot now. It's like my back muscles are no longer, you know, doing what they're supposed to do. So this seems to be affecting a lot of things simultaneously. It's no fun anymore. I really am not having any fun. And let's see, what else? I don't know. Seems like there was something else. Oh, I did my sleep study last night, my overnight in the facility sleep study, and they had me all hooked up with wires and all kinds of stuff and did several different tests. I don't have the results of it yet, but you know, I think they're going to tell me whether I'm taking full breaths or not. You know, they're going to tell me how bad my sleep apnea is, and hopefully make some suggestions that can be helpful, because I am so fatigued all day long now that I have to drink 3 cups of coffee to get out of bed. Literally, I get out of bed first, and immediately then I have 3 cups of coffee. I'm also having a pre-workout powder for that weightlifters use before their workouts to get all hyped up. I'm also using a 5-hour energy drink in the afternoon, followed by 3 or 4 more cups of coffee. My very best time of the day is, say, 8 to 9, 10, 11 o'clock at night. I just feel the best that I feel all day. My worst time of the day is getting up in the morning. It's a challenge every day. I can barely get a sock on now. Having my wife put my socks on, and she's a kind and loving woman. I'm very fortunate. But still, to not put on a sock, that's hard. It's pretty scary how difficult just being alive is getting. It's been difficult the last few days to take pleasure out of anything. Anyway, I don't know where this thing is heading, but it doesn't seem to be heading any place that I want to be going. Yes, I will try to have the best attitude I can. Yes, I'm praying, meditating, reading, being as spiritual as I can be, trying to accept that which is. And I'll do some spiritual stuff later. But this is getting very, very challenging for me. And doesn't seem to be any end in sight. Anyway, I'll do the best I can.